I'm back again. We were right. We had a no-show this morning. It's common around here. I don't know. People don't love me no more. I tell you what, it's so good because I have so many questions, and then you guys sent me a lot of questions over the weekend, and I have a bunch of questions at home. So I'm going to be shooting these videos all day if I can, as much as I can, and get caught up here with you. So you've got some videos coming to you. So appreciate that. I'm going to have to get rid of this chart here in a minute. So let's go on down this line because we got a long line to go down here, and I just want to keep adding to this video here. Brandon Cintron, 7-year-old cousin. Yeah, go after these guys. You're really learning a lot, man. You just really go after this. Dano, kombucha. You can take mushrooms all you want. That reminds me of the good old days. Someone said water pipe what? The water pipe's in your house. Everybody knows what water pipes are. Let me see here. Gravity colonics. Thank you, sweetheart. You're a loving soul. You're a good soul there. And here's your chart.
Okay.
Sweet pea and the doves. That's cool. Where'd you come up with that one? That's pretty cool, man. You're from the Netherlands. You know, again, those people that have real hardships, there might be some herbs back there. You'll have to ask, but we're having a lot of replies, so it's hard. Here's your chart here. Thank you. You shut the door for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see when you get treatment. I wish you could meet you. You'll meet me one of these days, sweetheart. Oh, this is the one. Yeah. This is a sad case, you know, where her mother doesn't want her brother doesn't want her. And I think I told you on the last video, I'll be your brother, sweetheart. Let me tell you. You know, we're here to help you through these things. You'll be okay here. You know, you got to get your adrenals up. Yeah, get off that bread and potatoes. Got to get rid of those. You know, not doing you any good there. Get on a lot of fruit if you can. If you can't afford herbs, you eat your health. And you can use teas. You know, the cheap way to use herbs is teas. And you could use teas like the Hill All tea or whatever herbs you find. Get your herb book around there. See what's available in the Netherlands and what you can have. Always thought I'd like to move to Aruba or something. Because everybody wants to move to you-know-where. Okay, let me see what else here. Yeah, okay. Now, someone asked me, oh, this is Lucy. You asked me about varicose veins. Yes, absolutely. You want to get rid of varicose veins. You don't want the medical doctors playing with your veins because there's a lot of blood clots happening with that sort of thing, so you don't want that. You know, strengthen your connective tissue, sweetheart, and that's a parathyroid issue. Also, foods high in flavonoids, which is your vitamin C complexes, not your ascorbic acid, your flavonoids, like your bioflavonoids. So fruits are, of course, where you find them. A lot of grapes, great with bioflavonoids. The darker the better, really strengthen the body. You probably do some kelp supplements. Kelp supplements are going to give you the iodine and the calcium, so good kelp. Remember, when you get kelp, no iodine added. And yes, we should have a responsible arsenic removal of kelp. Anyway, really hit on that, and you make sure you get rid of your varicose veins. I've never failed to get rid of them with anybody. So you want to make sure, sweetheart, that they go away either on you or your friend or whoever. Parathyroid. Get a glandular. Use Cal, C-A-L-M-A plus. Maybe 1 twice a day would be all right. But, you know, take a look at her. Maybe if this is you, or see if there's a pituitary relationship. Maybe there's an ovarian problem. Maybe too much estrogen or something, that would suspect the pituitary. Skin pigmentation would suspect pituitary. Shortness or too high pituitary. Then you might address the pituitary gland as well. And detox the body. You know, go back to what you're learning here. Go back to moving the lymph. Go back to working with the kidneys and adrenals. Go back and cleaning up the colon. You know, health is cleaning up the kidneys, getting them to filter. Well, getting the kidneys to filter is getting the adrenal glands back online. So always work on your endocrine glands. You can't go wrong by working on the Fab Four. Take herbs for the kidneys, herbs for the endocrine gland, herbs for the GI tract, and move those lymphs. If you focus on those four things aggressively, and your diet is aggressive with the high fruit, which is aggressive lymph work, you're going to be very successful. I've never seen anybody not be. Yeah, we have tough cases. I just got off the phone with a tough lady dealing with a lot of extreme nerve weakness. Remember, the problem with eating meat is epinephrine and norepinephrine. If you consume these in foods, they're going to weaken your adrenal glands. That's the other thing people don't realize. By eating dead animal tissue, you're going to eat their hormones and steroids, which then weakens our production of them. That's the other negative kick about eating meat, is getting that. You can't get these out of the meat, because you ever visit a slaughterhouse, it's obvious. I mean, I've been to many of them, and it's obvious. And it's just, it's horrible. It's horrible. But, you know, that's the way, it's where this planet is right now. So you have to spend some time building up these glands. And we only have a few tools, and you guys are learning about the highest tools that we can use for a curative stance. A stance where you're going to have a remedy at the end of the road. Don't know how long your road is going to be, but you got a good remedy at the end of that road. And you just keep working it and working it until you make that remedy happen. Because if you notice, like varicose veins, if you don't get rid of them, you're not utilizing calcium properly. You're not getting into those tissues. And you just keep doing it until you do. You know? So you'll be fine. You'll get rid of those, sweetheart. These are about nodules or polyps on the vocal cords. Yeah, what could that be? Consider a nodule or a polyp a tumor, or a cyst, or a pimple. You get all variations of the same thing. 75% lymph, 25% blood. So that's your interstitial tissues, meaning you're not moving your lymph whatsoever. And to tell you the truth, it's probably in your esophageal wall, in your gut wall. Means that you're probably malabsorbed on top of this as well. You could fight a little acid reflux, I don't know in this case, but I will say that you got to really move your lymph. This is real important, because you don't want to end up with vocal cord cancer or esophageal cancer. And if that just sits there, you know, you'll break down these tissues. So you just go in there and you move that lymph. Just as we're discussing, this is all about lymph work, really. If you said, what's the bottom line here to health? That's moving an acid lymph. A system that's miles long, that is a very difficult fluid that in its best days, in its worst days, it's become very anionic or very dehydrated, coagulated, and tough to do. But you can do it. And that's what you want to get onto. If you have to, get up there on some grape fasts or water fasting. You'll probably hawk some stuff up too. So that would be good. You could use the lung formula, or you also could breathe in that we have a 3-lung tea. I call it 3-lung tea, but it's a tea that helps. It's mullein, pleurisy root, and what else did I put in there? Gosh, went right out. But breathe it in, inhale it. It's an expectorant, anti-inflammatory. Help to pull those out a little bit there, but really your diet is really key here. Yeah, very inflamed people. This is your lymph system, and it'll be chewing up on your vocal cords there, so get up on that and get that going, honey. Seeing these on the way, singing voice. You can sort of, and a little depression. You know, everything's in here. Thyroid, parathyroid gland. Yeah. So you really got to move your lymph, honey, whoever you are. This is very important. On a high fruit diet, good deal, good deal. Well, we all got a task to cook foods. Thank you all for, yeah. Thank you, my friend, and keep going. Get your lymph moving at all costs. Get that, you know, you just have to get up there and get this done. Angel Light, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you all for your stuff here, Truth Seeker. I love your names. I love the spiritual side. I just love you all. Water full of love. I felt your energy, the comment you made. I feel you, bro. Listen, you're coming along. I love you all. Keep coming. All right? Just keep working yourselves through traps of these worlds. I have had MS. Prescribed by raw food diet, so I shall have 4 months of symptoms disappeared except for one. I still have multiple chemical sensitivities. Dig deeper. That's all I can tell you. Dig deeper, stay high up on fruit. You saw the video on this lady with the MS. Dig deeper. Get high on fruit. Really dig into your body. Move those limbs. If you need to have some buffering of chemicals coming out of the body, then do your green juices, particularly parsley and cilantro and dandelion. I know one of you asked me, I think it was Jurgensen asked me about the other natural persane and lamb's quarter. I never use lamb's quarters much. I don't know. I've heard a lot about purslane. Also, you asked me about plantain. I love plantain. I mean, if you get bit by a spider, by a snake, I tell you, while they're rushing you to the hospital, you suck down plantain, you'll be good by the time you get there. Always good on your lymphatic herbs. Plantain is a great lymphatic herb. It's for all kinds of poisons. I just love plantain, and it's in the yard everywhere. Yeah, I mean, you asked about this on celiac disease, and you were asking about why gluten destroys some people's intestinal villi and yet others. I think it's a combination, to be honest with you. Gluten is really, it's a glue. And some people, depending on what they eat, are able to move that out, and it doesn't stick on the bowel wall, but your proteins are really bad. Your meat proteins are really bad on the intestinal villi. So really, you got to get on that raw. Get up on that raw, get up on that fruit, and clean that out, and start rebuilding the bowel and stuff. The bowel will rebuild itself. You just have to keep after that and go after that. It's the same reason you see in some people's genetics are strong and others are weaker. So everybody has unique tissues that are weaker over others. But gluten is a glue on everybody. It's possible that some people break it down better, but those that don't, of course, is going to have more pancreatic problems, and maybe you have some pancreatic problems. But gluten is a glue to most people anyway. The proteins are just as bad on the villi, even worse, because you have putrefaction going on there. At least with the gluten, you have fermentation. Thanks for all your comments here. Here's someone that said something about soy milk. I feel better drinking soy milk. You know what? I have to tell you that I have never ever knew anything good about soy products. And yeah, thanks for the comment about the old farm boy. I love you too, sweetheart. I was raised around farms, but no one, back then, nobody really had anything good to say about soy. That's why I think Monsanto picked on a crap bean, even though the Chinese revered it. I don't see what to revere about soy. I got this lady's book. I can't remember what her name was, but she wrote a big book on the soy myth or something. She's got. I'm aligned with her a lot on this. There's nothing good about soy products whatsoever. High estrogenic food, high phytic acid. Actually, I don't think any of the milks are good for you. The nut milks or anything else, too concentrated. They're too concentrated in their raw form, let alone to make them up into a milk and stuff. Why do we seek nutrition at that level? But at soy milk, I wouldn't call it nutritious at all. So try to get off of that as you can. It's not as mucus forming. This is true. Yeah, someone asked me. I haven't come to this group of questions yet, but they asked me about, people were broken down on fruits and vegetables, but they rebuilt themselves on eggs and raw milk cheeses.